Hi there, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you're here because today I'm going to be discussing 5 lessons from 2023. And 2023 was a year of emotional roller coasters, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of growth moments too, but that basically also means a lot of challenging moments too, right? And my first learning from 2023 was believing in yourself. I feel like believing in yourself is the foundation to do anything in life. Like you need guts and you need courage to do something that is worth it in life, right? And that starts with believing in yourself. And imposter syndrome is so damn common. I've spoken to so many people who deal with imposter syndrome, myself included, and that makes me realize why success and abundance is also so rare. Because the fact that imposter syndrome is so abundant makes it hard for people to actually attract and manifest more success and abundance in their life when they themselves feel like a fraud or they feel like they're not worth or competent enough for what they're actually doing. But this quote changes a lot of things. Actual growth happens when you do things that you're not competent to do. Sometimes it's important, or actually a lot of times it's important to do things that you're not competent enough to do to gain that competence or to gain that confidence and become more and more powered in who you are and what you have to serve and give to others. And I think believing in yourself, it starts with believing in yourself that breaks the cycle of feeling like shit and feeling like a fraud and just having this negativity spiral and then having results that again prove to you feeling like a fraud and feeling like shit, because that's how it all works. That's how the law of attraction works. That's how manifestation works. If you focus on what you lack, you will attract more of what you lack. But if you focus on growth and what you really want from life, then you will attract more of that. So what you focus on grows. And I think when it comes to imposter syndrome, it's also really important to keep that in mind and to also understand that competence comes with practice and with experience. And sometimes when we do things that we're not competent enough in, that's where actual growth and real learning comes from. So it's okay to start off with doing things that you're not competent enough in. Now, the second thing would be listening to your intuition over listening to masses. Now, I'm getting a little personally on sharing a short story over here, but with regards to my personal experience in life, I've done 6 internships when I was in Singapore, when I studied there and did my undergrad there. And a lot of times I got so much advice to take up certain internships over others or to do certain jobs over others. And I was just lost and confused. And I thought everyone else's opinions mattered more than my own opinion. And so I listened to them and I went ahead with what they said, even though my gut kept screaming no. Like it was actually a loud voice. I could hear my gut and my internal voice just saying no, don't take that opportunity. But because so many people around me were telling me to do it, and I spoke to around like 25 to 30 people, I take a lot of second opinions because there's a part of me that lacks self-trust. Okay, and I think that's why I'm indecisive, and that's why I have to ask so many people for their opinions and what they think of it, because I don't trust myself on making a decision. And at that point of time, I just felt like I wasn't competent enough to make this decision because it was my first internship. It was my first internship opportunity, and I went ahead and asked a lot of people what they think I should do and whether I should take it or not. And it was at the number one PR firm in the world. I'm not saying the name, but you can guess it if you want to. But yes, the number one PR firm in the world. And imagine getting that as your first internship. Like some part of me felt it would be stupid if I didn't take it, but my gut was like, don't take it, you will not enjoy it. Like the work's not you, it's not me authentically. And I didn't listen to my gut. I took it and I hated it. I absolutely hated it, and I suffered in that job. It was super toxic. I really hated it. The culture was fine. It was just the kind of work was so misaligned with my strengths. I felt like the work highlighted my weaknesses. And then after like 1.5 months, I quit. I applied to quit, and I actually got back to college, even though it was really, really hard to get back to college. Things worked out really miraculously, and for that semester to get back to college and to get all my modules also. So it was great. It worked out really well towards the end, and I still got that internship on my resume. So I don't regret it because I still had that name, that brand name as a launch pad, but at the same time, I do think it was the wrong decision, but I think that wrong decision taught me a lot of things. So is there really a wrong decision in life? And now moving on to my third, which is finding a balance between doing what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what the world will pay you for, is literally the most sure short way to passion and financial freedom, because that's the part of Ikigai. Ikigai is basically an intersection of your genius, which is what you're really good at, your expertise area, something that you're very passionate about, what you really love to do, something that the world will pay you for, and something that the world needs. The intersection of this helps you turn your passion into profession or into purpose. And I think when you find that for yourself, when you find that, it doesn't have to be one big thing, it could be a few things together. When you find that for yourself and you understand your working styles and you understand your personality type and what are your strengths versus what are your weaknesses, you start living a life or designing a life for yourself that makes it so smooth and easy to get to success and abundance. You feel great, you feel productive and more focused every single day. You just enjoy life more. And I know this sounds extremely idealistic, but I'm telling you from my experience, once I started aligning myself to my inner voice, and once I started listening to my gut and my intuition, and started understanding myself more through like psychometric tests, different personality tests, through journaling and strengths-based journaling and positive psychology interventions in my life, and trial and testing with different kinds of methods in my life, I started understanding that I could create a life every single day that makes me happy, and I could create the happiness for myself without depending on any external party. And when I learned how to do that in my own life, I enhanced the quality of my life immensely. I had different kinds of positive psychology interventions that I added to my life. I had different ways of living. I chose a different career path completely. I pivoted completely from marketing into psychology and coaching. And it's literally made me the happiest and most empowered version of myself. I literally meet my future self every single day because I'm already vibrating at a high level. I'm able to attract my future self into my life every single day. So what I mean by that is that I do a guided meditation every morning, and through my guided meditation, I actually call out to my future self and I meet her and I see the abundance and the things that she's done and the things that she's capable of doing, and it gives me so much confidence. And actually, that guided meditation is also something that has helped me overcome the imposter syndrome. And if you like, I can link the guided meditation below in the description in case you're interested in understanding. If you're more future oriented and more goal oriented, then this guided meditation you will love. Like, it will literally take you to this place in the future, where a milestone in the future where you've achieved that thing that you're striving for, working on right now, and it's going to make you feel great. It's going to make you feel like there's no way you don't get there. Like, that's the only part for you, and you don't need a plan B because plan A is gonna work. And that's how it makes me feel every single day, which is why I actually don't have a plan B. I'm only relying on my plan A because I know plan A is gonna work, because plan A feels so in alignment with myself. So that's number 3. Number 4 is that it's a little bit on relationships. I don't really generally talk about it, but I feel like it's so important to talk about it because a lot of our lives revolve around relationships. But you can fix your relationships if you put your ego down and try just one more time. A lot of my friendships in life, I was ready to give up on. I'm not a people pleaser at all. I'm actually quite the opposite. I easily cut people out of my life, and I easily distance myself from people if I feel disrespected or if I feel hurt or betrayed. And I do it with ease, which is kind of scary sometimes to me, because I have cut a lot of potential friends from my life. Or a lot of friends who could have become better friends from my life. And sometimes maybe the cut was for good. Maybe I cut them off for good and it was good riddance. But you really never know. And I feel like they're trying one more time, like just once, as in there has to be a limit again, right? Like, again, that limit is for you to decide for yourself. It's a very personal opinion. For me, the limit is 3 times. If someone disrespects me 3 times, the 3rd time I cut them off. So there were a few friends in 2023 that I really wanted to cut off, but I decided to try one more time. To just maybe give them one last chance and see how it goes. And I did that, and then after doing that, I kind of realized that it was worth it. Like, we had a very heart-to-heart conversation, a really deep conversation, and I live for these deep conversations, and it was so vulnerable and so open. And my friend really opened up to me, and she told me how she really felt deeply. And I think it's a sign of maturity to be that vulnerable, and I saw her differently, in a different light, after we had that conversation. And I think that's when I realized that maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was good to give her another chance. Maybe it was my ego speaking and saying that, no, I should cut her off. Like, I don't really care about this friendship that much. When that voice comes and says, I don't really care about it that much, but you still somehow, somewhere care, right? That's your ego speaking. That's your ego telling you that you don't care. Like, you shouldn't give a shit. Like, why should you give a shit? You're cool, But some part of you does give a shit, because you're also human, and you care, and you're empathetic, and you're genuine, and you don't want to just cut people off like that because they meant a lot to you in the past. And that accounts for something, right? I mean, it doesn't account for everything. It accounts for something. It still has a weight. It still weighs, right? So that's my 4th one, a very, very vulnerable one, but something that has changed my outlook on relationships and friendships going forward. And I am going to be putting my ego down and trying to sort things out, rather than just cutting people off and ending things, I feel like that's been my weakness for all these years, and that's something that 2023 really changed for me. So thanks to the people who made me realize that. It was life-changing, honestly. And lastly, I want to talk about how everyone deals with low self-worth and imposter syndrome, but once you realize it's a lie, like once you realize your mind and your thoughts are lying to you and that you're enough and you're worthy, you will persevere through your challenges and through your fears. Because I think realizing and recognizing that our mind has this negativity bias and it's going to come up with all these narratives that are going to make you doubt yourself, that are going to make you fear situations that are necessary to take in order to help you grow or in order to put you out of your comfort zone, you will realize that's the starting point of you not listening to the excuses that your mind brings up and creates for you. It's a starting point for you to realize that, okay, my mind's bullshitting me, my mind's making excuses, I'm not going to listen to it because it's not serving me, it's actually harming me and it's taking more away from me than providing me. Because our mind is actually very protective. It takes us away from what causes discomfort or what causes unease in life. That's what our mind is supposed to do. That's the foundational function of our brain, is to protect us. But in this kind of world that we're living in today, we don't need all that protecting. So tell your mind that when these thoughts pop up, tell your mind, listen, I know you're here to protect me and I know you're bringing up all these narratives because you're trying to protect me, but I don't need that kind of negative energy and I don't need that kind of protecting right now. I think I've got this. I think I'm going to do it. And then you go and do it and then you prove to your mind that you did it, and then that creates evidence for you to go and do it again in the future. So that's the thing. That's how I work on all my negative narratives. I tell my mind, like, listen, I know you're here to protect me, but I don't need it right now. I don't think it's serving me right now. I'm going to go and do it. Don't listen to your mind. Negotiate with your mind. Talk to your mind and say, I know you're here to protect me, but I don't need you, bro. And then go and do that thing. And I think like it's really important that we start learning how to trust ourselves and how to build that worthiness. And a lot of times I do a lot of mirror work where I look at the mirror, I talk to myself, I repeat affirmations to myself. I also take a lot of action that is not conventional, and then I do crazy things and I do it successfully, and then I come back and I reflect on them and I'm like, whoa, I'm pretty cool, you know? Because a lot of times I always thought everyone around me was smarter than me. But again, my favorite book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind by Vishen Lakhiani, says that the rules of society and the societal norms were made by people no smarter than us. Everything around us, everything we're living in life, like all the conventions were made by people no smarter than us, and we can make our own rules and we can create our own life and just feel empowered to do that. Like, it's so important to realize that we actually have so much more control than we think we do. We have so much more power than we think we do, and we can create that life for ourselves. And that starts with changing your self-talk and changing the narrative in this mind. What kind of content are you consuming? What kind of podcasts are you listening to? What kind of Instagram reels are you watching on a daily basis? What kind of YouTube videos or YouTube shorts are you scrolling on before you go to sleep at night? You know, like, what is that content that's going into your mind? Who are you surrounding yourself with? The people, are they empowering you or are they harming you? Are they serving you or are they draining you? And that's when you also know when to cut and when to keep, right? The people, the content, the affirmations, the actions you take, the behavior changes, the cognitive rewiring, which is changing the way you think about things in life, having a paradigm shift, changing the way you think about rejection, changing the way you think about failure. Everything matters so much because it helps you look at things in a different light and actually take productive action towards the goal that's going to take you closer to that future self that I was talking about. So it's so important to, like, it's fine to have imposter syndrome. I know so many people have imposter syndrome, but then understanding that imposter syndrome is lying to you, that imposter syndrome is false and it is not your truth. You get to decide what is your truth. So choose empowering belief systems, choose empowering truths that you want to take on in life. Choose, I am worthy, I am valuable, I am loved, I am desired. People are so obsessed with me that could, like, I used to say that a lot because I wanted everyone to love me, but honestly right now I actually don't care anymore. But there are certain affirmations that could help you feel really good, and you can just, like, look at yourself in the mirror, do some mirror work and repeat those affirmations every single day. And not only that, those affirmations will push you to get closer to your vision board goals. And I urge everyone to have a vision board. If you're goal oriented and if you feel passionate about something in life, having a vision board can really help speed the process and help you get there. And also visualization meditations. When you have a vision board, you have clarity on what this future self is like and what she looks like and what he looks like and what they look like. But when you have, like, the visualization meditation, you actually go and meet this future version of yourself, and that is so empowering. And that's kind of like, that kind of quantum leaps you because it gives you the confidence that you require. It helps you with imposter syndrome, it helps you dealing with low self-worth, and all that is foundational. Like believing in yourself, going back to the first lesson. Oh, I love how I looped it back to the first lesson, but it is similar, right? Like believing in yourself in the first place is the most foundational thing to do anything that requires courage and guts in your life. So it's really important to build that system of belief. And if you want to learn more on building that self-worth and self-belief, I have my one-on-one coaching slots that are open for this month, so you can DM me on @purpose_with_pratna or comment on the YouTube video with the word let's do believe, shall we? Let's do BELIEF. If you want to believe, if you want to build self-worth and self-confidence, let's use the word believe. And that's if you'd like to work with me one-on-one and personally. But other than that, let me know what these 5 lessons felt for you and whether it made you think of things differently. And also, whatever your lessons were from 2023, please put them in the comments below. I would love to read your lessons too and learn from them too. So yeah, let me know how you felt, and I can't wait to see you on my next video. So take care, and thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Also, please subscribe if this was a little valuable and beneficial and you've gotten to take something away from this video, and keep following me and supporting me because that would mean the world to me. Thank you so much. See you in my next YouTube video. Bye.